friends, I'm Jody. Welcome back to This Beaded Life. We're going to play around with some seed beads today, and don't worry, it's not going to be anything hard. It'll actually be really easy and very, very pretty. So we're also going to use some scrap chain that I have that I when I took apart some of my jewelry. I had some scrap chain and some other little odds and ends. So let's use some of that. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so what you're going to see here is I have a couple of these little odd rings that these are actually metallic resin rings that came on like a metal bead strand from Michaels. I have two of them. I had the scrap chain, and this is nice and thick. We're actually going to use a couple of these as our jump rings. I opened up because it would be horrible to cut these, and I made 5 links, 3 lengths of 5 links each. Our beautiful Danielle sent me this really pretty toggle clasp that we're going to use. It has a little flower design on it, so we're going to use that. We may use these cones. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see how I feel. And in case we use those, I brought a couple eye pins, and I have some crimp tubes. The most important thing I have here is this mix. So this is the 8.0 Check Seed Beads Petals Pop Mix. And it is so pretty. It has pinks and purples and all the floral things. Look at this. And there's some that are lined. There's some that are like translucent. There's some that are a matte finish. There's some that are like almost like a little shimmery fire polish look to them. So there's all kinds of beautiful things here that we can use. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually make like a 5-strand bracelet. 3 strand, 5 strands, somewhere around there. I'm hoping to do 5. All right, so I have here, and which is good, here's a little scrap. I just tied it right in with that. We're going to make short strands, okay? Because we're going to probably add this chain, so we don't want it to be too long, right? So I'm just going to use the shortest one here. And let me measure that for you guys real quick. And we're using the garnet color from Softflex in the medium. It's equivalent to a 49 strand. So this is just over 5 inches, 5 1/4. So we're going to use that. And see, here it is. It's in this beautiful garnet color. So we're going to cut off 5 pieces of this. Oh, we have our 1, so we're going to cut off 4. So here's 2. 3. 4. One more. You guys are going to want to run over to Danielle's shop and get this mix. It is so cute. Look at that. I still have a little bit left. It's also, this video is going to also make you want to dig through your scraps and see what you have. So we're just going to set this stuff aside for now because we don't need it right now. And let's go ahead and start this. So I'm actually going to crimp off, you know, I didn't bring enough of these out. Do I even have enough to do? I brought out enough to do 3, so there's that. I need to order more of the copper color. I have enough to do 4. Well, that one's a weird one. You know what? We're gonna keep it right to 3 because I won't have enough of the copper color. I thought I had more than that. You know what? It's okay. We're gonna keep it to 3. That really bumps me out though. You know what? Maybe we could join a couple together because, I mean, I've done that before. Why not? Let's just see how it goes. Let's go ahead and start with 1 here, and I'm gonna just go ahead and crimp the end right away. And you don't have to add chain if you don't want to add chain. Some people don't care to add chain to their jewelry. I'm usually one of them that I don't add a lot of chain to my jewelry, but today I am, because it's actually part of the aesthetic for it. So I want it to look like that. So let's go ahead and crimp this one down. We're going to use our magical crimpers, just in case we decide not to put these in a cone. But if we're going to join a couple together, we might do it anyway. And if we join them, you know what, if we put them in a cone, it doesn't matter what crimps I'm using at all. I could just use my silver ones and save the rest of these copper ones. Maybe I'll do one end in a cone. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to trim off this piece as close to that crimp as I can get it. And I'm just going to start stringing, and I'm not even going to care what order they're in or anything. And I picked the red only because, you know, this is called Petals Pop. There's red flowers too. So I thought the red would be a great color, even if you end up not seeing it, right? Plus I have a ton of the garnet. I go through a lot of the garnet in the fall, just because it's, you know, very fallish looking. But this is super duper pretty. Look at these colors. Yeah, I think we'll do at least one end in the cone. We might decide to do more than that. So if that's the case, I'm gonna put these copper ones away, reserve those, and bring out the silver ones. That's the one thing you can get away with. If you're hiding ends of your pieces, you can use whatever color crimps you have the most of, no matter what color your other stuff is going to be. So let's just get this all strung on. And we'll do a couple strands together, and then the rest of them I will do on my own. And then we'll come back and put everything together. And again, I'm not caring if there's a bunch of them in a row. That's not important here. What's important is that this is as colorful as it can be, and it's going to be pretty. I will make sure that I link this mix in my description. I'm not sure if these are something that she's going to be selling. I'll check the website. I know she was in the process of ordering some metals, so it might be, it might not be, I'm not sure, but I would definitely bookmark her page just to be on the safe side. And you know, you'll know, I'm sure, when she starts getting new stuff in there like that. But she keeps her stuff pretty full and stocked, that's for sure. Oh, let me get that on there all the way. I'm gonna get out some of my silver ones here, since I decided, you know what, we are going to use those, and we're going to hide our work. All right, so now that I'm right about here, it's a good time to crimp. I'm not even measuring like how much beaded stuff I have right now, because I'm just going to end up going by the original strand. So this is where it's a little bit tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my round nose pliers in my loop so I don't lose the integrity of my loop. See if I can grab a hold of that with my pliers real quick. This is where you need like a third hand. All right, so I got that. And I'm just gonna stick that in here to hold it. And we're going to pull and pull that down. So we want to keep our loops a little bit tiny, so like that. That'll be perfect. And then let's use, you know, we don't have to use these, but we're going to, just because it'll give me more practice. All right, still have a couple hours before we need to leave the house, so we're gonna do some brats, and my mom's making a pasta salad, and we're gonna do brats on the grill, and we decided that we were gonna bring some vanilla ice cream and root beer to make floats later, so that'll be a lot of fun. All right, so there's our first strand. And look at the colors on this. Isn't this pretty? That's beautiful. And it looks so good with this darker metal. All right, so I'm going to continue on, and I'm gonna make the other 4 strands of this, and then when I come back, we will put it all together. You know, we'll put them in our little things, how we are gonna make it and all that stuff. So you guys won't miss any of the good stuff here. I mean, this is the good stuff too, but you won't miss any of the hard part. You know what I mean. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am getting ready to crimp my last strand. So thought I'd bring you on. And because it's so tight, I was having a hard time using the magical crimpers. So because our crimps are going to be hidden, I just used my regular ones, and it worked just fine because I was able to squeeze into like a little tighter of a space. So we have our last one here, and we're going to crimp this one. And there we go. All right, so we have all of our strands. Look at all the beads I still have left, you guys. There's like 50 or so on each one of these. And I still have a lot of beads left in this, so I can do a cute pair of matching earrings or whatever with. I mean, it's just an amazing amount of seed beads left. Look at all these. Petals Pop. And I will put the link in the description, guys. Unfortunately, I don't know where some of this other stuff came from, like my cones, my chain, like all that stuff I've had for a long time. All right, so we're gonna actually need a couple jump rings. So I'm gonna get out a couple small ones, small-ish ones here. So not that small, but maybe that small. This is a little mix that I got a long time ago at Bead Box Bargains. It just has like a bunch of different color, different size ones on there. Put my glasses back on, and let's open one of these up, and we're just going to put all of these on a jump ring. I figured they'd fit better on a jump ring than all of them on the head of an eye pin. I'm like, there's no way they're all gonna fit on the head of an eye pin. All right, so get that on there. And then let's grab our eye pin. Oop, that jump ring's a little bit too big. All right, no big deal. All right, let's undo this one. We just need one that's just a tiny bit smaller. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I got a couple oval ones here. I don't know how that will work out though. Let's see. That's smaller. That's the same size. Let's try out one of these. I mean, what's the worst we could find out? Let's first make sure that fits in there. Oh, it does fit in there, good. But does it go in far enough? Let me look at these. Oh, where are they? Oh. It goes in much farther. I wonder if we should do this. Well, all 5 strands, you know what I should have done? I should have checked to see if all 5 of these strands will fit in here. Maybe. No, it's some of those things that you should probably test out before you do it, right? But that's not who I am. You guys know me. You guys know I'm not testing anything. Like every so often I'll do that, but most of the time I'm just winging it. Most of the time I'm just sitting down and winging it, and we're learning together. Let's see if this works. If not, I do have bigger cone caps that are the same metal color, so I can always grab those. But this might work, so let's just see. Oh, you know what? Not a problem, guys. Check that out. Look at that. Not a problem. All right, so now what we're gonna do is on this end, I like to just take a little bead and stick it on the end here. We don't need much, just a little one. Just like that, okay? And then we're gonna come in here with our round nose pliers, say that 3 times fast. And we're gonna get down close to it because we want this to be in there snugly, okay? All right. We're gonna hang on to it with our bent nose pliers, and we're just going to do a couple wraps around. Don't want it to be too tight because we don't want to break that little check glass bead. All right, clip this off. I am going to save that, and if we just ever so carefully come in and get rid of our little snag here. The last thing I want to do is break that bead, because then that means I have to pull that out. There we go. Okay. All right, let's do the other side. Now that we know that that works, good deal. All right. And away we go, guys, and away we go. Come on, stay on there. Close that up. Like that. Make sure it's closed all the way. Grab our other eye pin. Close that up. Make sure that too is closed all the way. There we go. Put our cone on. Oh, that looks fantastic. Oh, look, I even spiraled it, and I didn't even mean to do that. That's gonna be so cool. All right, so let's go ahead and put on our other little pink bead, just like we did on the other side. And grab our round nose pliers. We're gonna do another little wrapped loop here, being very gentle with our bead, just in case we break it. If we break it, then we just need to fix it, right? So we're gonna try really hard not to do that. And hang on to that with my bent nose pliers. And let's do some wrapping around our little wire there. Okay, snip this off. Oh. And let's just make sure that little pokey thing is down. All right, so here's our bracelet. So this part is a little stiff. We want it to be that way. This is the part that's gonna be like curved like this. This is why we're bringing in so much chain. So it's kind of like almost like a bangle that like sits here, right? I mean, not a bangle, but kind of like a bangle. All right, so this is what we have going on. We need a few of these little small jump rings. So we're gonna need like one of these. And we're gonna hook it right here. Ooh, actually, you know what? I think I said I wanted to use, will that fit through there? I'm gonna use these as a jump ring. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna hook on our 3 chains. sure I'm putting it on the correct way here. Why do I keep grabbing those? What am I doing? That's not what I... You guys, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. All right. So now we have that chain there. We're going to use another one of these. You know what? I think I kind of want to do this. Let's do this real quick. I just want to see something because I don't know how much space I'm actually really going to need. I want to test this out. Oh, actually like almost zero space. So I have a lot here. We're going to take off this ring. I want it to be not super duper tight, but I also don't want it to be super duper loose either. We're going to shorten each one of these by 1 link, and don't worry, I will save them because we'll probably end up using them. So each one of these should have 4 when I'm done. I don't think I took into account like how much room those cones take up. They actually take up quite a bit of room. Let's see, I just need to take one off here. And I don't think we even need to use those rings, so we're not going to. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on here, like so. Make sure all 3 of my little strands are on there. We just want like a little bunchy section of chain on this side, okay? And then we're gonna make sure that's closed all the way. There's our little, oh, this is gonna be so cute, you guys. And then we can use one of these on this end for our other part of our toggle. Oh, I keep doing that. Try it on. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to get my hand right up in your face. And perfect. Perfect, guys. Check this out. Look at how cute this is. Look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh, I love this. But we're not done. I just want to do a couple more little things here. So I would like to, first I want to put these back on this chain because they're nice and strong and I don't want to lose them. I love this chain so much. And I wish I could remember where I got it from, but I can't, and I would love to find it because it's like, they're like 18 gauge like links, you guys. They're crazy strong. All right, so let's put those over there. I would like to hang just a couple little dangles from that. So I'm gonna grab some ball head pins. And just like, I don't know, just a couple, like 3. 3's good. Let's see what we have here. So let's do one of these and one of these. Just 2 little beads each one. That's it. Just a little something to add to this. And then it's just going to go right here. We're going to put them all in the same link. Just a little mini itty bitty baby one. There we go. Trim that off. And let's do another one got some of these other colors too. So let's do one with 3. Let's do a purple, a frosted purple, and a purple. Like that. So now we're doing one with like 3 little beads on it. Told you this would be easy, you guys. Easy and fun. And then let's just do one more with 2. And we'll do this pink and that coral. That coral color is like one of my favorites in this mix. It's so, so pretty. But this is our Petal Pop bracelet. Seed Bead Mix by Danielle. That lady has an eye for some color, let me tell you. She's knows what she's doing, no doubt about it. Okay, get that on there. And wrap that around. There we go. And let me put it back on so you guys can see. And the dangles don't add much. They're just a little something extra to look at. Just a little tiny bit. Let me get that on there. All right. So here we have our bracelet. Isn't that pretty? And then here's our little dangles and our little clasp on our chain. Really, really cute. It just looks like a little bangle bracelet. Really fun. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, if you're wanting to get this bead mix for yourself, just go to Danielle's website in the description of the video, and I will point you to the right direction. All right, guys, I'm sending you my love, and I hope to see you guys real soon. I'm gonna go do family stuff, and then probably do some more videos tomorrow, and we have a live tomorrow. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful 4th. Bye, everyone.